going on, everybody? This is Joe, and I am back for the final, for now, but probably for good, March of the Machine pre-release kit opening. I have still opened more pre-release kits than anybody else here on YouTube, and obviously I am still not planning on stopping anytime soon, despite the fact that I just said that this is the last one of these that we're going to be doing. Obviously, as you can see, we still have Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth, so stay tuned next week where we will get right into those openings as well. I did not accomplish my little goal of getting 2 of every color dice because we just got that blue one. I needed the green one for that, but in the grand scheme of things, who cares? That's totally fine. But we got a blue die this time. We have the insert again that you see, because I say again, if you have not seen the other openings these past 2 weeks, I encourage you to go check those out here on the channel. We have the paper detailing how to build a pre-release deck, so for newer players or people who might need a refresher, giving you that information. And then as we've seen on the other side, Quintorius, Chandra, Elspeth, Marchesa, and Teferi on their respective planes where they were during the stories, obviously Kaladesh, Strixhaven, etc. So very cool. I'll leave all that stuff on the side. Obviously we have the packs themselves, which is what we're all here for. And then something else that you all might be here for is this code for MTG Arena. This is the last of these videos that we are making, and so all of the codes that we have remaining to give away are going to be given away in this video, which is, as you can see, 4. 3 extra, and then the 1 from this kit itself. So, obviously, like I said, those will be given away at random points in the video, so stay tuned for all of that great stuff. I hope that you're all excited, because I'm hoping that you all get great stuff. I truly always hope that. Obviously, I hope that I get great stuff too. But yeah, so we are going to leave these all on the side, and we can look at those later. But for now, my promo foil rare is a Complete the Circuit. Look at that foiling pattern. That is gorgeous. Okay. I don't love this card. I guess in a particular deck maybe it makes sense, but yeah, I don't love this one, I won't lie. Okay, and then behind it, our other promo card that we can't use in the actual pre-release itself, I think that's silly, but here we are, is a Catilda and Lear non-foil, non-alt art, just kind of the basic Catilda and Lear. Nice to have, but, you know, otherwise kind of whatever. So yeah, there we have that. So let's move on. Before we get to the packs themselves, we got a lot of codes to give away. So here's the first one. Reminder, there is only 1 code per account on MTG Arena. That's not our rule, that's Wizards' rule. So if you've already used a code from a March of the Machine pre-release kit, this one will not work for you, but this is our small way of saying thank you to each and every one of you for watching our stuff, for enjoying the things that we do. So hopefully you have been enjoying. We really appreciate you taking the time, joining us here for this. And like I said, hopefully you all get some good stuff. So with Complete the Circuit, that doesn't really help us in terms of like, oh, well, we definitely want to be in blue. So let's see if this pack can send us some signals about maybe what color or colors we want to play. We start with Ren's Resolve, Meeting of Minds, Vengeant Earth, a Tenured Oilcaster, Onaki Javelineer. We have an Angelic Intervention, not bad. A Chomping Kavu, I like that one as well. Scroll Shift, not as much of a fan. Astral Wingspan, not bad at all. It's our first uncommon. Ravenous Sailback is the second. And Marshal of Zalfir. Okay, I mean, this is a good start if we want to go white-blue knights. That is a very good deck. Obviously, you just need the pieces for it. But like I said, this is a good step in the right direction for sure. Which means our flip card is a Captive Weird. Okay, which is blue with red activation, or of course paying 2 life, and it flips into a Completed Conjurer. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. And obviously, if we're in blue, we could play this even if we are not also in red. So not bad at all. And then behind it, our rare or mythic is... Oh, very interesting. I just talked about possibly playing white-blue knights, and now you kind of really want to. Here is the Invasion of New Phyrexia. It is a 6 defense battle that if you can flip it, which I would really like to, it flips into Teferi, Akosa of Zhalfir. That is amazing. Just a mythic planeswalker, no big deal. That is absolutely incredible. Yes, please. I mean, so far, with the Marshal of Zhalfir and this, seems like this is the way to go. I won't lie. As we saw behind it, we also have Quende, Pride of Femeref. Notably, that's also a white card, so this could go in white-blue. He is a knight, so if we care about knights, which we so far do, very, very good. Behind Quende, a Jungle Hollow. Not bad. I mean, for the colors that we're looking at right now, it's not going to help, but still always good to have a dual land for fixing. And we have a Monk token that we could use if we open Monastery Mentor. Okay, pack 2. I mean, that definitely helped us. I mean, Complete the Circuit could go in a white-blue Knights deck. That deck kind of probably wants to be a little bit faster than that, I would imagine, but still. We have Karsus Depth Guard to start, Disturbing Conversion, Overgrown Pest, a Traumatic Revelation, Sword Sworn Cavalier, also a knight, a Kite Sail, if we want to give some creatures flying. We have an Attentive Sky Warden. Stoke the Flames, very nice, is our first uncommon. Good card. Elspeth's Smite, also a very good card, and in the colors, or in white, which is one of the colors that we're looking at this moment. And our flip card is the Harried Artisan, uncommon flip card, which flips into a Phyrexian Sky Flayer. Okay. I like this card a lot. Obviously, if we're not in red, we can't play it because the activation may be white, but you need red to obviously be able to play it in the first place. Which means our battle is an Invasion of Pyrulia. Okay, not bad. And that invasion flips into a Gargantuan Slabhorn. Wow. Okay. Not bad. Again, not for this deck, but this is a very good card. Behind it, our rare or mythic is... Wow. It's just another white-blue card, huh? In Errant and Giada. Like, this card, in and of itself, wouldn't make me jump up and down or anything. Like, it's a fine card. But in a white-blue deck, which is what it looks like we're going to be building, apparently, this is a very nice pickup. Very nice open. Okay. Which means our Multiverse Legends card is a Jury, Master of the Review. Cool card, not for our deck, but still. Behind Jury, we have a foil. It is a foil rare, which we're probably not going to be playing, but still. It is a foil rare City on Fire. Actually, pretty cool foiling pattern on this one, I won't lie. And I mean, it's a foil rare, so I'm not going to complain. It doesn't go in the deck, but opening foil rares is always fun. So very, very nice. Behind City on Fire, just an island, and very nice, a Knight token that we will definitely use. Speaking of things that can definitely be used, here is a code for MTG Arena. Feel free to shout out in the comments down below, like, hey, I got the first code and it worked for me, or I got the second code and it worked for me. And please don't forget, if you are a fan of Magic, we are live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here on this channel playing some MTG Arena Limited. So you're hearing my rationale in some of the, in terms of how I would make this deck if this was the sealed pool that I opened. Come join me and give me your opinions live as we play draft and or sealed every single Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We would love to have you. We have an Overgrown Pest to start. Unseal the Necropolis, Karsus Depth Guard, Eyes of Gitaxias. I don't love this card, but it's a card. If we needed card draw, this would get in. A Seed of Hope, Gloomfang Mauler, very good card. Obviously not in white-blue, but yeah, very good card. Obviously the swamp cycling, very helpful, but this card is just incredible in general. Another Swordsworn Cavalier. I don't love this card usually, but in the Knights deck, quite good, and we obviously already have another one. We have a Trailblazing Historian, a Joyful Storm Sculptor. This is probably not a card that if I had a red splash possibility, I would look to splash, but this is our first uncommon. We have a Collective Nightmare, very nice, and an Ether Blade Agent with blue activation, which flips into a Gitaxian Mind Stinger. I like this card quite a bit, actually. I think it's very good. We've seen some decent black as well, so we'll try to remember that or keep an eye on that if and when we see some more cards that pull us into black. Our battle is another blue-white card in Invasion of Xerex. I mean, yeah, like, this card is fine. I don't love this battle as much. Basically, what I've always said is, the battle is only as good as it is if it never flips. And this is a 4-mana bounce something, not at instant speed, which is not ideal. And it flips into a Vertex Paladin, which is notably a knight. But again, we'd have to make sure that we had consistent ways of flipping it, because if we didn't, that would be a bit of a problem. So I would definitely consider this, like putting this in, but I would be ready, I think, to board this out if we were not profitably attacking often enough, depending on the speed, I guess, of our deck. And then our rare or mythic is a Progenitor Exarch. Interesting. I mean, it is mono white, so we could absolutely play it. It cares about incubating, and you can transform incubator tokens. White is one of the colors, like white-black is the incubation colors. So I would definitely play this card, I think. Maybe we can look for more cards that help with making incubator tokens and stuff to combo with this a bit. But I think even on its own, this is a perfectly fine card. So, behind Progenitor Exarch, our Multiverse Legend card is a Eudora Grave Gardener, which is a mono green card. So, for what we've been looking at, not really it. But again, I mentioned us being live every Monday. We sure do talk about tree folk a lot and druids a lot. So I know that shout-outs to Jayanna in our chat, as well as Amy, my wife. For those of you who have not been around on the channel before, both love tree folk quite a bit. Behind Eudora, we have a Bloodfell Caves, black and red. So interesting, not quite where we're at, but that's good. And we have an Elemental token as well. Okay, we are halfway through. We have 3 more packs to go. Obviously, I would love to play the Knights deck. I think we need a bit more for it, if I'm being honest. Like, Teferi's cool, and we have a couple of white-blue cards. This helps. But, like I said, I think we need some more, especially some more Knights would be kind of nice. But here is a Tidal Terror. Absolutely gets in. Any deck that is playing the color of the Land Cyclers, I would put the Land Cyclers in those decks. Tidal Terror, a very good card. We have a Wary Thespian, an Ickershade. I like this card actually quite a bit. Marauding Dreadship, a Halo Charged Scob. I don't love this one as much. 5 mana 4/4 though, not the worst. Trailblazing Historian, Golden Scale Aeronaut. Absolutely awesome. Not a knight, but still gets in if I'm playing white for sure. Flying is important. +1/+1 counters are nice. Really, really good. We have a Phyrexian Archivist. I don't love this one. We have a Halo Forager. So if we have a way of splashing black, this one might just be a card that we would be interested in splashing for. Very, very good card. And it is our first uncommon. We have a Copper Host Crusher. Very expensive green card. not what we're looking at this point. And we have a Bonded Herd Beast as our flip card, which flips into a Plated Kiln Beast. Interesting. Not a bad card, not for this deck. Behind it, our battle is an Invasion of Urgamon. I don't love this card, obviously, in the particular deck that it wants to be in. It's probably quite good, but that is not in any way the deck that we are currently looking at. So, anyway, it flips into a Truga Cliff Charger. Like I said, cool card, not for us. Behind Truga Cliff Charger, we have our rare or mythic, which is... Ooh. It is a alt art rare in Jeru and Hazaret. Obviously double red and then a white, so if we're doing white-blue, this doesn't get in. People have talked about whether they like or dislike this card frame from the Invocations, right? The alt art treatment for cards from Amonkhet. I'm not as big of a fan, but I am glad to have this alt art because I do not believe it is one that I have yet, so there you go. And behind Jeru and Hazaret, our Multiverse Legend card is a Velduk, Keeper of the Flame. This wants to be in an equipment deck, and we're definitely not there, so not for us. Behind Velduk, a Swamp, gorgeous full art Swamp, love that, and a stand-in card with the art from the exact same art. Look at that. But a replacement card for a double-face card if you are playing unsleeved. We have another code for MTG Arena. I mentioned that we are live every Monday. In addition to being live on Mondays, we are live on Fridays as well. That is at 8 p.m. Eastern. We do not play Magic on Fridays, though we play video games, because if you're unaware, we have 2 other channels, links down in the description box below, for Video Games for All and Gluten Free for All. And on Fridays when we play video games, we have been recently playing through the entire God of War franchise. So I highly encourage you to come join us. It has been an absolute blast, and we hope to see you there. Yeah, it has been a ton of fun. So we start with a Hanger Scrounger, Eyes of Gitaxias again, Vengeant Earth, Consuming Etherborn, an Attentive Sky Warden, Halo Hopper, adorable little guy, a Kithkin Billy Rider, notably a knight, absolutely incredible. Super glad to have gotten this for our deck. We have a Fearless Scald as our first uncommon, a Glistening Deluge as the second, and a Skyclave Aerialist as the third. Now this is a Merfolk Scout, not a knight, but it is in blue. It does have a green activation, but again, you can pay it with 2 life, and flyers are important, and it flips into a Skyclave Invader, which is a very interesting... I mean, it's a 2/4 flyer. Like, I would absolutely play this card in the deck if we are, in fact, blue-white. So, yeah, for sure. Behind it, our battle is... Ooh, a mono-white battle in Invasion of Dominaria. I did just mention that flying is good. I would absolutely play this card as well, because it flips into... First of all, it's gain 4 life, draw a card, which is very good. But it also can become a 4/4 flying vigilance if you get to flip it, which is quite nice. Now, interestingly, our next rare is Jeru and Hazaret. I mean, sure, why not? We have the City on Fire as well. I don't think red-white is where I want to be. I still think blue-white is the choice here. But having 2 of these is very interesting. Obviously, I am not dumb. It is legendary. We would not be able to play both at the same time, but we could put them both in our deck, which maximizes the opportunity for us to have one out at any given time, or in our hand, or whatever the case may be. But I mean, the card is fine. I do not think it is busted. I don't think it's an auto game winner or anything like that. But it's a solid legendary creature, so I am not upset having 2 of them, but it does make our choices a lot more difficult, I think. Anyway, behind Jeru and Hazaret, our Multiverse Legend card is Furia, Judge of Valor. God, we really love opening cards that have one pip of white or blue and then 2 pips of a color that we're just not in at all. Furia, a very good card, but obviously single white, double black, which is a little bit unfortunate. Only a little, though. Behind Furia, I believe we have a foil. We do. It is a foil common in Chomping Kavu. I guess the foiling pattern is cool. Yeah, definitely cool. Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. And again, it's a cool card, not really for the deck that we're looking to build, and it definitely doesn't pull us towards green, but still. Behind the Chomping Kavu, we have a Dismal Backwater, which would be a way to splash black if it is something that we really felt strongly about, or it would at least help us splash black. Not just this, but still. Could be something we can look into, like for the Halo Forager or something like that. And a Phyrexian Mirror token, a 2/1. All right, there is one more pack to go, but there is also one more code for MTG Arena. The last thing I will mention to all of you, obviously I said it's our small way of saying thank you for watching our stuff. Please don't forget, whichever channel you are on, this one, Video Games for All or Gluten Free for All, links down in the description box below. Please don't forget while you are here to subscribe and ring that bell. You will get notifications whenever any of our videos come out. Obviously, if you missed the codes for MTG Arena for March of the Machine, since that was the last one that we were giving away, when we put out our Lord of the Rings videos, if you have that bell rung, you will get that notification as soon as that video goes live, or any of those videos do, and you can jump in and watch it to try to get those codes for yourself, and I encourage you to do so. We start with a Burning Sun's Fury in our last pack. There's a Blighted Burgeoning, but I skipped a very good card in Thunderhead Squadron. Sure. So yeah, Blighted Burgeoning, as I mentioned, and Etched Familiar, coming in hot. An Arachnoid Adaptation, Cut Short, very good card, definitely gets in. A Zalfirin Shapecraft. I don't love this card. It does replace itself, because it's got draw a card on it, but I don't know. I don't love this one. I don't think it would get in, personally. Norn's Inquisitor. I guess we talked about the Progenitor Exarch, so sure, I would include this one. Why not? And it's a knight. Silly me. Definitely gets in. No question. Ignore everything else that I said. God damn it. Anyway, this is our first uncommon. Very good. We have a Botanical Brawler. I love this card. It's not for this deck, but it's a good card as our second. And our flip card is a Nezumi Freewheeler, which flips into a Hideous Flesh Wheeler. Even if we're splashing black, I don't think this is one of the cards that I would splash. It's not a bad card, but it's definitely not, like, worth the splash. I don't even know that Halo Forager necessarily is. And then our battle is an Invasion of Ulgrotha. Again, definitely not something I would consider splashing in this particular deck, but a cool card nonetheless. And it flips into a Grandmother Ravi Sengir. Fun card, interesting card. Like I said, if I'm trying to, at this point, possibly force blue and white, I don't think this gets in for that. If you all think that maybe I should be playing red-white or black-red or black-X or something like that, I want to know in the comments down below. That's what the comments are for. Help me make a deck. I'm not going to pretend that I have it all figured out. So behind Grandmother Ravi Sengir, our next, possibly last, rare or mythic is an Inga and Essica alt art. So, okay, 2 different, like, team-up alt arts in this one. We also got Errant and Giada, but they were not alt art, and we got the other Jeru and Hazaret that was not alt art. So, a lot of team-up rares, for sure, which I love. I love the team-up rares in this set, and Errant and Giada, I guess, doesn't count, but this is another human god, whereas Jeru and Hazaret also human gods. Very, very interesting for Inga and Essica. I mean, it's a cool card. I wouldn't try to put it into a white-blue deck, but still. And then behind Inga and Essica, our Multiverse Legend card is a Daxos, Blessed by the Sun. Definitely gets in. Very cool. I like this card quite a bit. It's some incidental life gain. We probably wouldn't, there's no, like, synergies with it, but still, it's a mono-white card. It would get in a white-blue deck. Why not? Behind Daxos, no foil. We have a regular mountain and a treasure token. I mean, I want to thank you all for watching our stuff. I said that earlier, obviously with the MTG Arena code giveaways. But I mean, seriously, this has been an absolute blast. I hope everybody has enjoyed the March of the Machine openings. I mentioned this previously, but we are, at some point, we are doing our best to get back to our Jar series where we review the Magic stories, because we have not gotten a chance to review the stories for March of the Machine yet, or March of the Machine Aftermath, and I'm very excited to do that. I want to hear from all of you as well in terms of what you think. Don't necessarily leave it in the comments here. Wait until those videos, but still, like I said, we would love to hear from you. We're looking forward to talking to all of you about that when that opportunity comes up. But if you're unaware, we just bought a house, and getting that all cleaned up and ready to go is not the easiest thing in the world. So, but like I said, we're doing our best. Thank you all so very much for watching. We really hope you all enjoyed. Please feel free to leave any and all thoughts that you might have down in the comments below, obviously including letting us know what kind of a deck you would make out of this kit. Would you, in fact, try to force getting Teferi by making a Knights deck? There were some damn good cards for that deck in here, but we also did have 2 Jarrow and Hazarets, and City on Fire, so maybe we want to go white-red. There were some pretty decent black cards as well. Maybe we want to go that route. I want to hear from you. What kind of a deck would you have played at the March of the Machine pre-release if this was the kit that you opened? But for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I've been Joe. And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.